Thanks, Kelsey. Well, if you love to read, you'll love this next story. Saskatchewan's brightest writers and publishers were honored today. The province's book awards announced the nominees in 13 categories. Monica Martinez caught up with the Regina writers earlier today.
Guy in the airship flies over top of their magical barrier.
When your imagination runs away with you,
And suddenly the outside world is in contact with this magical kingdom.
some would call it daydreaming.
Just this compulsion of story and exploring ideas that maybe would be just outside my own box.
For authors, it's how they write their books.
You really get into the work and you immerse yourself in it, and things come out of you that you didn't know were there.
You're just lost in it in the moment of it, which is the best thing you can have.
I think that's kind of what it's all about for me.
Devin, Edward, Anne, and Allison write about different worlds.
About how things are interconnected and how people affect one another.
4 different stories going, and where do they meet and where do they pull apart?
Some only exist in our imaginations.
This book, Magical Fantasy Kingdom.
But even in a fantasy world, Saskatchewan still makes its way onto these pages.
But the kingdom is a fantastical version of Saskatchewan. The landscape is our prairie, the climate is our climate. The bad guy has a big manor house in what is essentially the Capel Valley.
Whether they were born here or made their way here, they all agree in Saskatchewan they can live as writers.
Saskatchewan is just the best place to be writing.
Here they'll have time to write.
It's a hugely supportive community here.
A community that includes the Saskatchewan Book Awards. As nominees, it means more recognition for these writers.
It is an honor just to be nominated.
While the stories they've created are very different, they all share a rich imagination that will bring them to the awards gala in April. Monica Martinez, Global News.